In the quiet days before the storm of competition, the Super Falcons of Nigeria were not merely training. They were building a fortress, not just of tactics or formations, but of mindset, unity, and conviction. Their eventual 5-0 thrashing of Zambia in the quarterfinals of the 2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON, did not come as a surprise to those who had followed their journey closely. It was the result of meticulous preparation, smart tactical planning, and a burning desire to reclaim their place at the summit of African women's football. From the moment the group stages concluded, the mood within the Nigerian camp shifted. They had progressed without a single defeat or goal conceded, but there was a collective agreement among players and coaching staff alike. The job was far from done. Head coach Justin Madugu, now firmly at the helm of Nigeria's new era in women's football, set the tone. His message was clear. We respect Zambia, but we fear no one. The focus immediately turned to Zambia, an opponent blessed with individual brilliance in the likes of Barbara Bonda and Rachel Kundananji, but also a team with defensive vulnerabilities that could be exploited. Nigeria's analysts worked overtime. In strategy rooms inside the team hotel, the players were shown clips of Zambia's previous matches. Moments where their fullbacks left too much space, where their midfield lost shape under pressure, where Bonda was often isolated when denied quick service. Every player was assigned a personal brief, what to expect, how to respond, and what to exploit. Back on the training ground, sessions became increasingly specialized. The Nigerian coaching crew, led by Madugu and his assistants, dedicated entire drills to set-piece routines. Recognizing Nigeria's physical edge, they emphasized corners and indirect free kicks as potential weapons. The aerial strength of defenders like Osinachi Ohale and the precise delivery of Esther Okoronkwo were practiced to the point of repetition fatigue. Players stayed long after training to work on ball delivery, timing their runs, and communicating in the box. Win the air, win the game became a training ground mantra. Yet, it wasn't all about dead ball mastery. Nigeria's attack had been criticized in earlier matches for wastefulness in front of goal. So, finishing became a priority. In one particularly intense session, the attackers rotated through a gauntlet of one-touch finishing drills under pressure from defenders, with loud instructions booming from the sidelines. The goal was to sharpen instinct, build confidence, and rehearse scenarios in tight spaces. Asisit Ashoala, the team's talismanic striker, was seen mentoring younger forwards like Chinwendu Ihezuo, sharing tips on movement, composure, and body positioning.
Fitness levels were also carefully managed. With the quarterfinal being just days away, coaches monitored workloads closely to avoid fatigue. Players alternated between high-intensity match simulations and recovery-based sessions that involved stretching, yoga, and ice therapy. Team physios and nutritionists played a vital role, tailoring recovery plans to individual players and maintaining peak condition. The mental side of preparation was just as meticulous. Madugu understood that to win at this level, belief had to match ability. He brought in a sports psychologist to speak to the players about performance under pressure, dealing with expectations, and staying present in big moments. The leadership group within the squad, consisting of senior figures like Rashidat Ajibade, Plumptre, and Ohale, took charge of maintaining team morale. They organized informal team meetings, where players could speak openly about their goals, their fears, and their dreams. During one such gathering, reportedly the night before the match, players were shown a video compilation not just of Zambia's weaknesses, but of their own past triumphs. Goals from previous tournaments, penalty saves, tackles, and celebrations. It was a reminder of who they were, 9-time champions, a team with heritage, hunger, and heart. The room, by all accounts, was electric with emotion. Some players cried, others clenched their fists. "This is not just a quarterfinal," one of them said. "This is our reminder to Africa." The final training session before the match was closed to media, an intense, tactical walkthrough involving small-sided games, pressing schemes, and specific match scenario simulations. The coaches emphasized early pressure, disciplined lines, and rapid transitions. Zambia, known for relying on speed in attack, would not be given space to breathe. When match day arrived, there was a quiet confidence in the Nigerian camp. No overexcitement, no nerves, just calm, purposeful. The players walked out onto the pitch like a team that had already seen the outcome. Every instruction had been internalized, every drill repeated. From the kickoff, Nigeria were aggressive, composed, and sharp. Ohale's early header, crafted straight from a set-piece routine, was not just a goal. It was the result of everything they had rehearsed. From that moment on, the Super Falcons imposed their will. Zambia were overwhelmed, not by pace or flair alone, but by a team that had simply prepared better. The 5-0 scoreline was not a fluke. It was a tactical execution of a perfect plan.
Nigeria's Super Falcons produced a dominant performance on July 18, 2025, defeating Zambia 5-0 in the quarterfinals of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON. The match, played at the Larbi Zaouli Stadium in Casablanca, was not only a show of superior talent and tactics, but also a response to what the Nigerian team saw as pre-match disrespect from the Zambian camp. Right from kickoff, the Super Falcons asserted control. Within the first 2 minutes, veteran defender Osinachi Ohale headed home the opening goal, immediately setting the tone. Nigeria's early aggression paid off, and Zambia never recovered from the early blow. In the 33rd minute, Esther Okoronkwo, one of the standout players of the tournament, collected a perfectly timed cross from Rashidat Ajibade, brought it down with composure, and slotted it past the Zambian goalkeeper to double Nigeria's lead. As halftime approached, Chinwendu Ihezuo got on the scoresheet, finishing confidently in a one-on-one situation to make it 3-0. By that point, Nigeria had total control of the game, and Zambia's much-hyped attacking stars Barbara Bonda and Rachel Kundananji were kept silent by a disciplined and well-organized Nigerian backline. In the second half, Nigeria showed no signs of slowing down. In the 69th minute, Blessing Demahin rose highest to nod in a set-piece delivered with precision by Okoronkwo, extending the lead to 4. The rout was complete in stoppage time when substitute Folashade Ijemalusi pounced on a loose ball in the box to make it 5-0. The match had added emotional weight for Nigeria. Zambian coach Nora Hopdal had made confident pregame remarks, stating that her team had come to hunt, which many in the Nigerian camp saw as a provocation. According to Captain Ajibade, those comments served as motivation, fueling their intensity and drive. The result was a statement victory, both on the scoreboard and in the psychology of competition. Coach Justin Madugu's decision to rest key players like Asisat Ashola and Rinsala Babajid turned out to be a masterstroke. The alternate lineup played with hunger, fluidity, and remarkable cohesion. Esther Okoronkwo, in particular, delivered an outstanding performance with a goal and 2 assists, earning praise for her creativity, vision, and set-piece delivery. Defensively, Nigeria were nearly flawless. Goalkeeper Kayamaka Nadazi had little to do, as Zambia failed to register a single shot on target. The Super Falcons shut down Zambia's attacking threat entirely, making the Copper Queens look uncharacteristically